Longtime Tesla bull and investor Ross Gerber is pushing for a board seat, sending a letter to the EV maker's general counsel this week. Ross Gerber, CEO of Gerber Kawasaki Wealth and Investment Management, is here to discuss. Ross, it's great to have you here. Lots to get into. You have certainly been a vocal critic of Elon Musk, the CEO of Tesla now, for some time. You are now pursuing a board seat. If you get it, what do you want to change about Tesla?
Well, I think the biggest thing is the whole perception that advertising should only exist on Twitter or through tweets, I think is a very, short-sighted view of where Tesla is going as a company, as a global brand. I think it's important that Tesla expand its PR and marketing and communications team, as well as lobbying efforts. When you have NHTSA looking to shut down full self-driving, it's time for Tesla really to, step up and they make these great videos and they post them on Twitter, but 95% or more of people don't look at Twitter. So, there's kind of an echo chamber there. And I think the perception is different than the reality out in the real world, where I think Tesla messaging needs to get out better. And then secondly, they need to focus on service and the consumer. There's so many Tesla customers that tell me bad stories about service, and it's time for them to really take a focus on customer service. And we're going to have competitors over the next couple of years for the first time ever. And so it's important that Tesla continues to maintain its edge. And then thirdly, a succession plan. Now it's become clear that Elon isn't coming back to full time to Tesla anytime soon as he continues to be CEO of Twitter. What is the succession plan? Who is really running Tesla on a day-to-day level? And if something, God forbid, ever happened to Elon, what would happen? And so those are the main things I'm really focused on and trying to get answers from the company, because I really think it's time for Tesla to, I've been saying, grow up and become a brand like Apple, where people all around the world will know Tesla for being Tesla.
So, Ross, good to see you. Is Tesla fully autonomous? Who is driving Tesla currently? And what is your reaction to that news that Elon will stay on at Twitter through at least the end of this year?
Well, I was extremely disappointed to hear that news. He kind of promised that he would give up being CEO, and I expected it to be sort of a short-term thing. And, now that he's going to be focused on Twitter for the whole year, it certainly brings in concern to me as far as it's such a just crucial year for Tesla. And I'd love to have more clarity of who's responsible for execution of all the different parts of the business plan at Tesla, which I haven't gotten yet. So I'm hoping to get more clarity, and I think that'd be great. But I think the other issue is also just, the brand is, in my mind, iconic like Apple, and it needs to start thinking like Apple and building its global brand through other forms of marketing.
Ross, have you heard from Musk or anyone at Tesla?
Not yet. I mean, we just sent the letter yesterday, so it's brand new. I haven't heard anything. We spoke on this Spaces where, he promised certain things and he insisted that he was, not missing any of his responsibilities at Tesla, which, I'm sure that's true. But the bottom line is running a company like Tesla and being CEO of Tesla is a full-time job. And I don't think Elon's lifestyle is sustainable currently, and I'm pretty concerned about him, to be honest. I'm a huge fan and a huge supporter of Tesla, and I just want to see what's best for Tesla and the company, as well as having a sustainable future for Elon as well. He's got a lot on his plate by anybody's standard.
Sounds like you're a concerned friend there almost. Why are you concerned about his lifestyle, which you called what is unsustainable about it? When was the last time you guys spoke?
Well, we spoke on the Twitter Spaces in December, and look, we're all human beings and working 7 days a week from, 9 a.m. to 3 a.m. is just, he's done it in the past. It's just not a sustainable lifestyle. I am concerned. He's the same age as I am. I'm, 52, it just turned. And, I'm working out, I'm actually in the best shape of my life. And it's a really big goal of mine to make it as long as possible. But if we're going to get to Mars and we're going to do that, we need Elon to make it another 20 years at least. So, yeah, I'm a friendly activist. I'm a huge supporter of Elon and the company. And I just want to see a future for, not only Tesla, but also for Elon that, we'll all be here for. And once again, I was a big investor in Apple during the days of Steve Jobs. And unfortunately, he passed very prematurely and very unexpectedly. So I have had experiences that make me concerned about the future.
Ross, you're in the best shape of your life. I wish I could say that about myself as well. I'm far from it, to be totally honest. But Ross, let's talk a little bit more about succession, because I think a lot of people are wondering that at Tesla, just in terms of what that company could potentially look like here down the road. Do you have anyone in mind, or anyone maybe that you have spoken to that you think would make sense in terms of succeeding Elon Musk?
Well, ideally, I would just want Elon really refocus back 100% on Tesla. But assuming that, I think that's what I'm trying to figure out from management now is what is the org chart at Tesla? Who reports to who? Like on a day-to-day basis, obviously decisions are being made, whether it be in Austin, Berlin. And I think that clarity of who's really behind Elon would serve investors and the company well. And I think it's time to really build another set of leaders for Tesla, and they certainly need, some sort of number two, I think, like a Tim Cook. But we've seen good examples of succession planning with Netflix, and we've seen a bad, succession plan with Disney, where now Iger has come back and trying to redo it. So this is not a simple thing, and that's why it's so important for the company to be focusing on this.
All right, Ross Gerber, please come back when you do have a response. We'd love to discuss further. Good to see you, man.
Yeah, I'll let you know. Thanks for having me.